it out. Okay. Jump.
Got it. Okay. Moving!
On purpose when you had me beat. And I'm not gonna do about it. I'm gonna foul you. I'm not letting you beat me at all. They interviewed me like 6 times. It's ridiculous.
What, you kept repeating when you doing out here? You kept
Yeah.
Well, Special Purpose MAGTF was deployed to the Central Command area of operation in order to be a rapidly respondable crisis response force to conduct crisis response, contingency, and theater security cooperation operations. We have Marines that are conducting combat operations in support of ISF in Iraq, and we have aviation assets that are actively dropping bombs on Daesh or ISIL forces in Iraq and Syria. We have aircraft conducting electronic warfare and other missions in Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq. And we have V-22s and KC-130s that provide cargo lift for personnel and cargo throughout the entire CENTCOM AO. Task Force El-Assad is a joint and combined force led by Marines, but also consisting of soldiers and airmen from the United States Armed Forces and soldiers of the Danish Armed Forces. We're based out of El-Assad, Iraq, an airfield that was once controlled by United States Marines during Operation Iraqi Freedom, and we have 3 primary tasks. The first of which is to advise and assist our Iraqi partners in degrading and defeating ISIL, or what we call the Daesh. We do that by partnering with them and working side by side with them to plan and coordinate operations to include intelligence, maneuver, fires, and communications. Our second mission is to build partnership capacity. We have Marines working side by side with newly trained Iraqi Jundis to be able to get them advanced training to conduct follow-on operations against the Daesh. And third, we have our non-infantry Marines that are conducting command and control, sustainment, and Sec 4 responsibilities to enable the building partnership capacity and advise and assist missions. Well, the Special Purpose Marine Air Ground Task Force is organized using the Marine Air Ground Logistics concept. And as such, every Marine and sailor on the team brings their own unique skill sets to the mission. Now, the dynamic nature of this environment not only required us to leverage those skills that they bring, but more importantly, it leveraged how we train our Marines to be problem solvers. We teach our Marines and we instilled in them that we do windows. We do what's ever required of the mission at hand. And the Marines have taken that skill set and they've employed it gainfully throughout this deployment. Special Purpose Marine Air Ground Task Force Central Command was originally deployed to the CENTCOM AO to provide a rapidly deployable crisis response force to conduct crisis response, contingency operations, and theater security cooperation operations. However, as soon as we arrived in theater, the inherent strength of the MAGTF concept came to bear, and we were employed in what would soon become known as Operation Inherent Resolve. Now, Marines being Marines, we all want to run to the sound of the guns, and we train our Marines to be problem solvers, so we very quickly found ourselves doing non-traditional tasks above and beyond those that we were sent for. For example, we did a number of assessments and missions inside Iraq with Special Operation Forces to assess camps to be able to use later in building partnership capacity. In fact, the only problem I have with morale during this deployment are those Marines that haven't been able to get into the fight. Well, Marines really need to know the inherent strength of the MAGTF concept, that Marine Air Ground Logistics team, and what their part of it is. If you want to be relevant in today's world, you need to be a self-mobile, self-contained, self-supporting unit. And that's exactly what the Marine Corps brings to the fight, and that has proven itself to be extremely valuable in Operation Inherent Resolve. More importantly, those individual Marines not only need to know their skill sets, but they need to know how critical it is that their skill sets contribute to that bigger picture and the success of the MAGTF. Yes, and it's the fact that the Marine Corps' future is in good hands. This is the first deployment for over 50% of the Marines and sailors of Special Purpose Marine Air Ground Task Force, and they are performing superbly. Trust your training, always seek self-improvement, and treat every day as though it's your last opportunity to train before you go into combat, because it just may be.